Hey Kristen, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out and spoke with you the other day, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and sweet. Just want to show you a couple of tips you can do to maximize your traffic online. So with that, let me get started. You're doing a lot of good things here. You got your socials up top. You have your click to call, um, your form submit, or contact button right here. The one thing though, when I was looking at your site, is there's not a ton of content here and throughout the site. And content's pretty important for a couple of reasons. The first is so that you can be found for specific keywords, and you're being found for almost 100. And looking at what you're being found for, a lot of good keywords. The problem is you're just not like high enough, right? Like for roofing contractor, Schenectady, New York, you guys are on the first page, toward the middle, toward the bottom. And then you're really on the second page or further, which, you're not going to get much traffic on the second page unless there's quite a bit of volume. Normally people look at the first page. Like here, you're at the bottom of the third page, just not really high enough up to really gain a lot of traction there. Um, so adding content is pretty important in terms of it's a ranking factor for Google. They feel kind of that the more content you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field, and it also allows you to add those keywords. So, I did a little bit of search. I kind of focused on Albany because there's a lot more value or volume here. As you can see, I found about a little over 3,000 searches a month for Albany. So if I wanted to rank for, say, roofers Albany, New York, I would have that as a heading. I would have it within my content. I would even save an image as that keyword. So this image, instead of being saved as a random number, would be saved as roofers Albany, New York, and roofing contractors Albany. And that way, when Google crawls your site, they see that you have that content verbatim. It allows you to rank, faster and more efficiently with those keywords. So that's my first tip. My second tip would just be to give yourself a wide variety of ways to be seen for any given keyword. So for instance, let's say I wanted to rank for roofers Albany, New York, and somebody was searching that. I would want to be seen in a variety of different ways. So there's a lot of ways to convert here, right? You have your local ads, which they convert at a pretty high rate. People tend to trust them because Google backs them financially. And then, they tend to, you tend to close a lot of those deals that you get via calls. So because they tend to close at a high rate, a lot of people like these. Usually underneath here is the Google ads. Those are you have a little bit more control over those ads in terms of what's being shown and stuff like that. They do tend to convert at a lower rate, but they're good for being seen, get your name out there. They're good for impressions. They do convert typically about 3 to 5%. Click-through rate is usually standard. So although they don't necessarily convert at a super high rate, they are great for helping your brand being seen. And then obviously this Google Business Profile. These can pull up to 40% of the traffic. So, you might not reach an Albany. Google has updated their algorithm and they put a lot more emphasis on location. So you guys being, a little bit further out, it might not actually show up here, but you can in fact get an address and start ranking your Google Business Profile in Albany as well. And how you would do that, reviews are a great way to show that you guys are reputable, but those aren't really what gets you ranked specifically. As you can see, this one with 89 is the bottom one, 19 and 78. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to add photos that are saved, excuse me, as keywords and geotags. So if I wanted to, I would upload a photo that was saved as, say, Roofers Albany, New York, and I would tag it at a location somewhere here, and Google will feel that you did a job at that location. So that's pretty important. Posting regularly. You want to post 2 or 3 times a week, probably. Um, you want to add your name, address, and phone number on as many directories as possible that have to do with your niche, right? It just adds validity and authority to your Google Business profile to have your information out there. And then, just making sure your Google Business profile is optimized and everything's filled out or as much as it can be. So those are ways you can improve your standing there. And then ranking organically, which brings me to my third tip, which is just to build up the strength of your site. So as you can see here, you have 36 referring domains. Those are websites that are sending 12 do follow links to your site, which essentially are links that give you power. And what that looks like in your competition. So this is Ultimate Roofing. And you see here they have the 137 and 71. So even though their site is not numerically much bigger than yours, they do have a lot more links. And essentially this is a popularity contest. It's about being bigger and better than the next person. So that's kind of what you want to do. Just see what's working for other companies and kind of do it the same thing, but do it better. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns. We would love to get your feedback on this. So with that, have a great day and God bless.